Welcome to Rebel 360. In this series, you'll learn how to run right. Well, before you run, you have to learn how to walk, because the walking is an important first step in learning how to run right. So it's time to use your legs properly and put your feet down. We have NCAA champion Cameron Burrell here, who's going to demonstrate some for you. We want to teach you how to run. And it starts with that ever important thing that we all have to do is walk. Now, as you see Cameron standing here, and the first thing I want you to do is to put both feet together. Just stand there, calm. Now, there is something that's extremely important to running. It's called the hip extensors. Now, I know it sounds all technical, but it's really not that difficult. Your hip extensors are right inside of your upper thigh, and if you just feel in there, you'll feel a tightness. And the easiest way to know you found it is lean back, and you'll feel it stretch. All right, if you don't feel it stretching, then you're not there yet. It may be a little bit farther in or a little bit lower. But the hip extensor is right around here, just below your belly button, just inside of your thigh, and you lean back, you see the stretching. Now, it's important to know because that's a very important component of running. So now, once we've found our hip extensors, we want you to stand tall and just walk. Now, Cameron's gonna walk with holding your hip extensors. And so you should feel it stretch as you go. And he's just walking. You notice he's walking, he's staying flat. Not trying to stay on his toes, not trying to do anything, not reaching. He's simply just walking normal. Do not reach if you want to walk. Just put your feet straight down. Now, you should have felt your hip extensions that whole time moving and say, okay, I got it. Well, we're gonna keep your hands there for a while. So the next phase is that you want to go, so start again, Cameron, and walk faster. So you walk faster. You don't reach your legs now. This is a critical point. You don't reach. What you do is you push from the leg that's on the ground instead of reaching. Because sometimes what will happen is that you want to walk faster, you start reaching. No, what we want you to do is to push. Still let the foot come down, but push off the back foot. That's how you want to do it. So let's go again. You notice he's pushing off the back foot. He's longer on the back foot. And then the front foot just comes down. That's important. You should feel that extensor stretch. And then from this point on, we just go faster. Now we're gonna walk just like we did the last time, the faster walk, and go to a slight jog. Okay, so you watch the jog, now you go to a slight jog. Yes, okay. Now, here's what's important. When you start to jog, make sure that your feet land flat. You don't wanna land on your toes or your heels. They need to land flat. As we can see, Cameron is going, see, he's landing flat on his feet. Yeah, so now we're just gonna jog from here. You notice he's just staying flat. You see again, we talked about undulating up and down. He's pushing off the ground. And staying tall, you notice that's extremely important. Now you see, there is no leaning because we want to make sure that you're always tall, because when you're tall, you can push down. Okay, Rebels, now that we have worked on the running mechanics, we're going to take it a little bit faster. So it's the same principles. As you can see, Cameron's still holding his hip extensors, and he's going to push out, start off jogging, and gradually get faster. Notice how he's still pushing from the back. He's not reaching. His feet are coming down. And as he gets faster, it seems like the stride is quicker. In reality, it's not. You're actually moving farther. It seems like it's quicker. All right, now Cameron's going to go again. And we talked about landing flat. Now Cameron goes. We talked about landing flat on your feet. But as he gets faster, if you notice, that flat is going up to the balls of his feet. Because if you try to emphasize landing specifically on your ball, it's just not gonna happen. So we say land flat, and as you push harder, your body automatically goes up to the ball of your feet. Do not run on your toes. I repeat, never run on your toes. Now, we're gonna take it a little bit faster. As you see this time, Cameron's gonna actually push out of the back, and put his feet down, and it's gonna be much faster, and you'll see the big difference, how much taller he is, and like we talked about earlier, he undulates, he goes up and down. That shows that he's pushing into the ground. Notice, it doesn't really change. Now his stride is longer, but guess what? It doesn't look like he's trying to make it longer, because he isn't. He's pushing himself instead of trying to reach his stride. And that's what we do. We continue to push on the ground. And the next phase, we're gonna add the arms, because the arms, as you all know, always lead the legs. But it's best to start with the legs because we want to learn how to put your feet down, and that's the most important component of sprinting On the leg side, it's cycling and putting your feet down.